Why did God supply me this life, Thomas unsightly lady, ever on account that their relationship have become professional Jay-Z and Beyonce, have given us courting dreams with Bey being one of the greatest entertainers of all time and JV, and one of the maximum powerful guys within the Tune Enterprise their energy couple fame, has been one that humans aspire to or just fell in love with. However, current revelations, which can be coming to light, are displaying that each one that glitter is not gold due to the fact, in keeping with rumors, Beyonce is closely hooked on alcohol and capsules. And it's Jay-Z who is pulling all of the strings, but Jay is subsequently setting the documents straight. And also, you are not going to agree with what honestly is going on with the Carters up. To present you some context, Bey and Jay first met in 2000. When Beyonce turned into still 18 years old, however, they didn't start dating till a year later. Or that's what she informed the press. Besides, 7 years later, they got married in a totally private ceremony. And after a few more years, Blue Ivy changed into Born. And in due time, they welcomed the twins Carter and Rumi. And for all of us searching on the Carters from the outside, their story looks like the ideal fairy tale. They're surrounded by the affection of their family and their enthusiasts. And all of that, but current revelations and allegations leveled via Hollywood insiders show that every one of this might be a sham. Now rumors that Bey is usually doped up were floating around, given that all the time. And at the same time, as I'll be the first to confess, that part of these rumors is probably fuel through the truth that Queen Bey seems superhuman, there have additionally been proof that those are not mere theories. And if something, those rumors heightened after Jay-Z cheated on Bey, and she became stuck on camera searching, spaced out and out of it now. Nobody should verify precisely what become clearly going on, or what made Queen Bot act this way. But a faction on the Beehive suspected that it most simply needed to do with capsules. However, then they failed to blame Beyonce for using, and instead grew to become their anger toward Jay, who they believed become seeking to manage her with tablets. Or even earlier than this, Beyonce once recorded a video in which she became extremely emotional and inclined. And whilst this is very shifting, she additionally seemed like she changed into wasted stay in a tree, and those were short accountable Jay-Z, due to the fact the history among the two has always appeared shady and rancid. And one cause it appeared this manner was due to the timeline of their relationship. Now in line with Beyonce, she and Jay first met while she became 18, which makes her slightly felony. And despite the fact that she stated that she friend-zoned him for about 12 months, it changed into pretty clear from the get move that he become into her romantically. And at the same time, as there is nothing wrong with liking a person when they may be 18 years vintage, there are loads of things wrong with an older guy being romantically related to barely criminal women whilst he's in his past due 20s now. Jay has been linked to each Foxy Brown and Aaliyah. And on the time he changed into linked to Foxy, she turned into about 15 years old, and he became 10 years older than her. As for Aaliyah, although it become probable that he knew the grimy mystery of ways R. Kelly abused Aaliyah and manipulated her into a marriage while she was slightly 15, he nevertheless idea of her as honest recreation, or even did a collab album with R. Kelly earlier than his fall from grace. And despite the fact that he has denied that something ever took place among him and Foxy or with Aaliyah lovers, cannot assist, however, feel that the power dynamic between he and Ba isn't always balanced, and that he would not regard her as insane. And this suspicion is supported with the aid of his verse in 444, while he requested Beyonce not to embarrass him whilst he first attempted to invite her out. Then he later went directly to rap that Bey matured quicker than him. Moreover, there is this video of an anniversary dinner wherein Bey hailed Jay as the only who taught her the way to be a female. You taught me so many matters I changed into 20 years old. From the primary time you taught me how to be a lady, he taught me how so no longer her mother, no longer her dad, or even some near relation to her circle of relatives. taught her how to be a female. However, her husband, who she met whilst she wasn't even antique enough to be consuming, and who had about 10 years on her, changed into the only who taught her a way to be a girl. And I don't know about y'all, but that appears sus, after which some years after Jay's dishonest scandal hit the ceiling, and even as Beyonce appeared very indignant and disappointed, she did not do what most of her fans anticipated her, to which was to her seeking for a divorce. I suggest this example becomes so bad that Solange became preventing Jay in an elevator, and Beyonce even made lemonade, cussing him out for cheating on her. With Becky with the good hair, however, in place of breaking it off with him, she ended her album on the themes of forgiveness and love, after which went directly to have greater youngsters with him. And when Jay changed into asked about this, he said that they determined to transport ahead from that incident and remain collectively because they were trying to break generational curses, even as calling Beyonce a strong girl for us. We selected to combat for our love for our own family, to present our children a one-of-a-kind final results you spot. See, you understand to interrupt that cycle for black males and females, you understand just to see a special outcome, like you were announcing, is not this, and a number of fanatics weren't buying his lines and calling it natural BS. An instance is that this person who stated you destroy that cycle of unmarried parent families and broken houses by now not dishonest to your spouse inside the first place. That's so true. Now Jay said that if Bob became the one who stepped out on him, that he changed into definitely going to forgive her. However, most people felt like he turned into lying through his tooth. And I for one felt that it turned into an energy dynamic in their courting that should have made it tough for Beyonce to go away. Plus, there is the truth that Bob might be scared of Jay, and y'all recognize that Jay has continually had a mood. We all understand lower back in age changed into an actual gangster. One time he turned into even sentenced to 12 months probation for stabbing Lance Rivera, who allegedly leaked his about-to-be-released album at the time extent, 3 life and times as Carter. And at the same time, as some may also say that Lance had it coming, this wasn't the ultimate time that Jay confirmed himself to be a competitive lower back when Diddy celebrated his 50th birthday in Grand Style Bay, and Jay had been invited to the birthday celebration. However, then a video surfaced online in which Jay snatched the telephone of someone who changed into recording Beyonce. And although quite a few lovers thought that this became remarkable romantic and simply adorable as Jay-Z turned into apparently shielding Bey, others suppose that it just confirmed a completely dark side to his personality, and that perhaps Bey wasn't secure with him. Additionally returned at the 2023 Grammy Awards display, while Trevor Noah was seeking to give Bey her Grammy statue for Greater Be-Tune, Jay changed into also looking to bypass her a drink, which she declined. Absolutely everyone when you say in a report, there may be no way you don't get to maintain your Grammy for your hand and have fun. That now, despite the fact that their interaction looked cute, Jay's body language gave the impression of he become embarrassed and didn't like feeling that way. Then there is additionally the reality that over time Bey's presence within the media, mainly whilst it came to interviews, has reduced drastically. I suggest it has gotten so bad that some lovers should point out that she didn't even sell Renaissance at all, when fans that I actually want Beyonce might promote Renaissance. I'm now not dissatisfied together with her, but I turned into too younger to enjoy a traditional rollout from her. Now that I'm 22, I would really like to see her do it simply one ultimate time, and at the same time as a few humans accept as true, with that Beyonce stop doing interviews because she's looking to maintain her existence private, and that she is aware how every single thing of her lifestyles may be misconstrued by means of the general public. Others think that this is a right-away impact of Jay-Z controlling her, and what sort of she lets out to the general public, even on the subject of her art. As an example, Jaguar Wright has called out Jay-Z for what she believes he is doing. To mention Jaguar made it clear in an interview that she ideated Jay stored Bey doped up so she can be depending on him for her every move, and what he's a monster. And I know those monster fears. I waited a long time to look if people grow a conscience, and the greater pills he pumps down his spouse's throat to preserve her no woman jaguar. Even compared Jay's hold on Beyonce to Britney Spears' father's preserve on her. And asked that the Beehive must make hashtag unfastened Beyonce trend. Then there's Uncle Ron, who claims to be Beyonce's former bodyguard. And there may be been this to function evidence to this claim, well consistent with Uncle Ron. Queen Bey has a drug trouble that Jay-Z helps hardly ever nobody is aware of. However, I'll say it, man, yeah, Beyonce is on pills. She's been on them for a long term. And also you hold her that manner, besides Beyonce and Scene, are paying the rumors no thoughts, and seem pretty decided to preserve their personal lives. That way, but fanatics are actually comparing Bey to Whitney Houston, while others are insisting